Okay, let's see here. What's going on? Okay, what's going on? I went out at sometime I guess afternoon. No, 3 o'clock. I guess it was somewhere right around 3 o'clock, and did some performed some energetic communication, and then not long after that, I started experiencing the atmospheric changes in my jaw on my right side here, and a little bit over here on this side. And then I got came back in the house here, and maybe I don't know, 20, 30 minutes later, now I'm hearing some generator firing up down below, and down below the surface, the front, on the back of the house, below the house. I hear them all the time. They come and go. You can hear what I can hear what they're doing down there. And so what was I gonna say, Mama? Now I forgot. You know how it is. I forget everything because I forgive everything. Oh yeah, I know what I was gonna say. Um, you already know how passionate I am because I went through Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm not gonna start bawling here on all of you, but that's what heals us. Okay, is releasing that pain. So I've noticed, for example, a lot of activity in programs. So we know what a program is. We know how to reprogram. Well, that's what AA, that's what Alcoholics Anonymous, that's what I did. And I explained that to my father. I'm reprogramming my behavior, my sound and light burn patterns to correct the crystal wave, which is perfect structural engineering integrity. That's why it's a 12-step program, 12 spheres, base 12. And so step one is real simple, and that is you simply admit to yourself, I got a problem. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. That's logic. So they hit you with logic right away. Okay? And then the second one is common sense. And I realize I can, you know, feel laughter about it, but I've been there. Okay? I know what it's like to have people write you off and think that they're, just throw them in the dumpster fire. So you see that in these big homeless camps, and I've been in a number of them. Um, Several of them I already done videos on this, but as a matter of fact, I was doing videos on Rose Sweet from the Gospel Mission, which is basically a lockdown facility. Run very much like Chevron's, right? And that was definitely a navigation challenge being in that place for about 1, 2, 3, 4 months. And I ran into Chris Nadeau, a brother, and extremely creative. And you can see that there's a mother arc in that young man's heart, right? And so there's a flower in him. That's the point. Is there a flower in you? And are you both the pollinator and the flower, experiencing being one, so that you can seed a newborn star? How about that? Right? A pure one, a pure seed, a pure silver and gold seed atom. Pass that atom along, and I guarantee you will grow a universe really fast. That's planting a lot of seeds that grow fast, because love is the fastest accelerator, because that's the fastest healer. So when you think of repairing something, you got to be careful on doing power run-ups when it comes to being, because I'm so sensitive. I feel everything. My detection devices is like built in. If there is anything going on that is not right, we will know it. And that is a performance evaluation for a guardian. Actually, is to be able to measure power. Because when you're an eternal being directly anchored to an eternal sun, you're supposed to know that. That means you're learning energy mechanics. That means you've learned a lot about energy and how energy operates a system that doesn't break down. So you got to know something about engineering. You got to know something about structural engineering and how to build things. Okay, so you already know an eternal sun knows how to build a universe. So when you're with the eternal sun, you always know what's going on because that's who I work for. First and foremost, right out of the gate, like a newborn star, on fire. So you're bringing in fire. So we all know what fire is. Okay, you want to be running raging fires in that furnace of that heart of yours because that's what they're going after. And we all know that. I was happy to see that Max Spears mentioned that once. That's exactly right, Max. That's why we're here. That's off limits. The mother arc is off limits. That's the flower side of the cosmos. So when they're going after the mother arc, okay, they're going after the birthing seed. That's like the nursery from which all stars are born. Okay, killing off stars is killing off numbers. Because it's killing off seeds that get planted. So that's a risk factor. So yes, I did take a class in that, believe it or not, when I went into environmental engineering. Everything that I experienced was all laid out, like architecture, a processing speed to get from one place to the next, which is one point to the next, so that every next point is always the still point. So you're always at home. So you know who's writing your script for you. Okay? Source is writing my script. Wherever I'm supposed to be is exactly where I'm supposed to be, and I have never questioned it. Not once, not ever. And that is critical anytime you're on a spiritual battlefield where artificial intelligence is in the game board. Okay? And so that means you better know something about artificial intelligence and how it operates, how a system like that operates. That means you know how to go into that system and run a check on a diagnostic scan on it. Because Source can do that. So you're with Source learning that. So you're learning systems management and systems engineering through Source because that's who I work for. And if there's anything messed up, you're going to know it because Source knows it before anybody. Yeah. So that so Source sends out the frontline troopers, as that term is defined by the military, right? Okay, so you have Source protection, so they can't put your fire out. That's the mother arc. That's what it means to be joined as one. So I'm never separated from the source field, an eternal sun. So that's an eternal template. That's a guardian template. If Source wanted to create a template so that every life form in the universe can experience the unicy, the universe, the unicycle of a seed atom that's on fire to plant seeds and create and experience everything that love creates, well, then I think we would want to be wherever love is. Because wherever love is, we are. So we're always on fire. So that's like the first fire engine out. Remember? I am the first engine out the door. I'm a volunteer. I was a volunteer firefighter in Riverside County. This lady could not understand. What is the matter with you? You spend more time serving your community in one department, and then as soon as you get out of that department after 24 hours, you're going to work for another fire department. And what it really has to do with is your energetic ability to be able to handle the load and diffuse it, which is really a high-speed transmutation job to restore balance. Source energy, which is what love is present wherever we are. Okay, so that brings immediate healing into that area without even having to think about it. And that is eternal gift, and that's why it's an eternal blessing to be an eternal server, to always be in service. Wherever love is, we are. So all life is automatically just sacred. You don't even have to think about that. It's just automatic. That is the autopilot flame at the still point. That's first and last flame. That's the eternal spirit of fire. So that's a hot seed. So we need plenty of coolant, and in order to experience perfect balance. So there isn't anything out of kilter. And so I'm just happy to be here with all of you. That's what it boils down to. And when I thought about those folks down there in San Diego, because I watched this guy talk about listening, and because he was in a gospel program, I guess because of drugs or alcohol. I'm not sure, because he didn't specifically go into his historical stuff like they do in Alcoholics Anonymous, where people are just brutally honest. They got to be. Because the people that are in there are not there to experience any more lies. They come into those rooms to experience the truth. Let's get to really know who you are. And the best way I've ever known to meet somebody is when they're in a psychiatric hospital, a homeless shelter, or in an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting or an NA meeting. Because you're not going to be able to escape the truth out of one of those rooms. Because there's truth in that room. That's why they're there. That's why it's got a triangle and a circle. That's where recovery is. It's coming together to heal with each other. So the one I work with is Mama, Mother Earth, her spirit. That's who I'm giving love to. Restoring her is restoring us. That's why we're here. Is to restore spirits. Bring spirits back to life that fell. That's our job. That's what a guardian's job is. That's what love is. That's what we are. Have a beautiful afternoon. Moave.